Okay, we reach now article number 4, connections establishing a conversation. So we have seen in the previous video how BLE devices introduce themselves by sending advertisement packet. Now we will see how the connection is formed between two devices. The connection handshake. So we know now peripheral devices sends this advertisement packet, and we know there are different type of this advertisement. Here we are interested in the one that allow connection to the device. So when the central device, which is scanning and see those advertisement packets, it looks on this packet like the device name, the services offered, and if the central decides that I want to connect, then it sends a connection request to the bucket. Now the peripherals receive it. If it's accepted, now we can say that a bidirectional communication channel has been established between the two devices. Here there is another concept. Also, we mentioned before that the advertising happens on the channel 37, 38, and 39. However, once the connection is established, now the entire conversation moves to the other 37 data channels from 0 to 36. And another concept is the frequency hopping. The 2.4 gigahertz band is noisy because the Wi-Fi, the microwave, many other Bluetooth devices send on the same band. So that's why BLE devices uses a technique called adaptive frequency hopping. What that's mean? That's mean the two devices agree on a complex pattern to hop between the 37 data channels. They agreed on that during establishing the connection. So they constantly change the channels they are using for each transmission. And if one channel is noisy, then they mark it as bad and they move it. That's why sniffing on the Bluetooth is different than sniffing on a network of other protocols, because the sniffer need to be able to find out this complex pattern and follow this transmission. It is a bit easier in the Bluetooth low energy because we have here like 37 data channels. However, in the Bluetooth Classic, I think we have around 79 different channels. So that's why it become difficult to the sniffer to sniff on all the buckets. And one other thing is that if you want to sniff on the connection, you need to start the sniffer before the two devices establish the connection. Okay, another point is the connection event or the intervals, because we know now both devices spend most of their time asleep. However, there is a connection interval where both of them, they woke up, send their data, and then go back to sleep. This is called the connection interval. It's agreed upon interval at which both devices woke up, turn on their radios, and check for data. And this is set during, again, the connection request packet. The typical value, it's range from 7.5 millisecond, that's very fast, but need high power, to 4 seconds, that's very slow, but doesn't use much power. Again, there is always this trade-off between shorter intervals, mean lower latency and faster response, but higher power consumption. And the connection event, this is pre-scheduled, similar to meeting time. It's happen every connection interval. So whenever there is a connection interval, this connection event happens. During this connection event, both devices woke up and sync up. Then they exchange multiple data packets if needed. And if there is no any data, then they just send empty packet just to synchronize between each other. And after that, both of them, they go to sleep. For reliability, there is this acknowledgement. So every data packet must be acknowledged by the receiver. So when one device sent to the others, the receiver must acknowledge this packet. If the sender doesn't receive the acknowledge, then it will retransmit this packet in the next connection event discontinue until the connection is terminated. Regarding the disconnection, there are two ways to disconnect, either a polite way, where one of the devices, either the central or the peripheral, can send a disconnect request to end the communication and state the reason for this disconnection. Could be user terminated, remote device terminated, whatever. So this is, you can think of it as hanging up the phone after saying goodbye. There is another way, which is the supervision timeout. As we said here before, that the sender, if doesn't receive an acknowledgement, it will keep sending or retransmitting the packet. However, what would happen if the receiver, for example, crashes or loses power? Then it cannot send this acknowledgement packet. So what that's mean? That mean it will wait. The sender will wait forever. So in order to avoid this kind of scenario, each connection has a supervision timeout. Once this time is run out, then the connection is terminated. So similar, like you are waiting for your friends, never show up after amount of time, yeah, you give up and leave. So this is a quick look on the life cycle of the BLE connection. I'm not going here in details, it's just a high level, so you have the feeling how the connections happen between two devices. So this is for now. See you in the next article.